Dependence. Okay, development of self-dependence we were speaking about. So now we will discuss about the point learning by games. So what do you mean by learning by games? So games are so very important for preschool children, that's the toddlers, what we call it as, above 1.5 years or 1.8 years and above. So it's very, very important for them. Many are things that they will be able to learn through games only. Example, I will give you an example for this. So we have a cognitive corner. So in preschools, if you would have observed in the preschool, so many preschools that they will be telling like there is a free play. As soon as they come to the school, we make them to do the free play. Have you heard about this? So you are sending your children to preschool, correct? So maybe you have heard about it or not, maybe you have a kid or not, maybe your kid is undergoing for the preschool or not. I will explain how exactly it goes actually. So when you go for a reputed preschools, they have some periods and they have some leisures. See, many of them have this concept in their mind, telling that sending a preschool for an Eurokids, sending a preschool to a normal school wherever they are staying nearby, it is one and the same that they are going to teach ABCD, what else they can teach apart from alphabets, okay? But actually speaking, from the age of 2 years till the age of 8 years, from the age of 2 till the age of 8 years, so many of you have seen in Horlicks and Bonvita and many advertisements, correct? That they will be telling like it is a developmental stage, what we call it as, correct? Growing age, what we call it as. From 2 years till 8 years, 80% of the brain development is going to take place within human body. From 2 years, starting from 2 years till 8 years, 80% of the brain development is going to start. Will be completed. Any guesses another 20 when exactly it's going to take place? After 8 years, superb. Anybody else? After 8 years? After 10 years? Anybody else? After 11 years? Okay. Then anybody else? After 13 years, getting into the teenage. Very good answer. Okay. Actual answer is another 20% of the brain development is going to take place for some people according to their growth and development for 16 plus, for some people it is 17 plus, for some people it is 18 plus, depends upon their growth and development. Until unless they cross the 16 years or 17 years, the another 20% of the brain development is not going to take place. That is the why we as an Indian, according to the statistics of the research, we have come out that after 18 years we will be having these voting rights. Have you observed why this voting rights is been kept for 18 years? Because 100% of the brain development is going to take place and you will be matured enough, you can take the decision on yourself. So that is the way according to the Indian statistics and the research we are being given the right to vote after 18 years. Correct? So likewise, so from 2 years till 8 years, 80% of the physical and mental development is going to take place within the children. How much ever you play, that much knowledge the children are going to get, that much energy that they are going to get, that much social life that they are going to get, that much education that they are going to get, many things is going to happen. I will just give you an example of one game which is being played inside the school, okay, in a cognitive corner, okay. So we have different corners in the preschool where they can develop a lot. I will give you 1 or 2 examples of it. So for example, have you seen this threads and beads? ಮಣಿ ಮತ್ತು ದಾರಗಳನ್ನ ದಪ್ಪ ಮಣಿ ಮತ್ತು ದಾರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ, ಅದನ್ನು ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಹಾಕ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆರ್ ಯು ಆಲ್ ಅವೇರ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಟ್? ಥ್ರೆಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಬೀಡ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಬೈ ಪ್ಲೇಯಿಂಗ್ ಅ ಥ್ರೆಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಬೀಡ್, ಒಂದು ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಗು ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ದ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಹೋಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಅ ಥ್ರೆಡ್, ದ ಅದರ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ದ ಚೈಲ್ಡ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಹೋಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಅ ಬೀಡ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಹಿ ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಬೀಡಿಂಗ್ ದ ಥ್ರೆಡ್. ಹಾಕಕ್ಕೆ ಶುರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ದ ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಲರ್ನ್ ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಟ್? ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಕಲಿತಾರೆ ಇವಾಗ? So first point that they are going to learn is eye-hand coordination. ಕಣ್ಣು ಮತ್ತು ಕೈಗಳು ಜೊತೆಯಾಗಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಕೋಆರ್ಡಿನೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ. Eye-hand coordination. One hand or both the hands is been utilized now and eye also is been concentrated on the hands. Eye-hand coordination ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಒಂದು ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಥ್ರೆಡ್, ಒಂದು ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬೀಡ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅವರು? They will be beading the thread. Okay, while beading this, what exactly they are going to learn? What exactly they are going to learn? They are going to learn this. They are going to learn how to hold a bead and put it inside, eye-hand coordination. The next is they are going to learn about the colors, how many colors are there. They doesn't know the maths, they doesn't know 1, 2, 3 and counting, correct? But internal maths is going to take place within themselves. They will get to know big and small, correct? They will get to know more and less. See, for example, one of the child is taking around this much of beads together and started beading it. He will have a competition with the very next child who is sitting there. If I am doing it very slow, the other child might take all the beads and he will start beading it, correct? So instead, let me take more beads and start beading it. That's what the child will think. Without knowingly, the child will have a grip, the child will have an internal count, the child will get to know more or less. He doesn't know 1, 2, 3, he doesn't know counting, but more or less, big or small, eye-hand coordination, fast and slow. All these things is going to take place within himself. Nobody is going to teach them. Do you all agree? Yeah, likewise, games make lot of importance in the children's life. That is the why, for example, if they are playing in a sand area, their fine motors development is going to take place. Fine motors andre enu? As I told you, fine motors is a fingers and ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಲ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, toes and fingers, what we call it. These are called as a fine motors development if they are playing in a sand. If they are playing in a ground, their physical development is going to take place. The gross motors development is going to take place. If they are playing inside the school, something like this with lot of toys, then cognitive development is going to take place. That is, a brain development is going to take place, correct? And sometimes if they are participating in a in annual day or a sports day or something like that, it's an intellectual development, dramatical development, okay. Many things they start assuming, they start pretend play, what we call it as. So I am going to explain you all those things in the future classes, one by one it is going to come, okay. Like this play gives lot of importance in life and it is very, very important, and many toys are being designed accordingly. So the toys like Montessori toys, have you heard about? Kindergarten toys you have heard about, nursery toys you have heard about, Nali Kali system. So play way method, what we call it as. Many toys are being designed accordingly for children. We have to allow them to play. That is puzzle boards, stackers, rings, and many things like threads and beads and maze boards. Many things are being designed for them. For them it is a play. For in turn for us it is a development. Avrige enadu just aata, they will be taking and playing the thread and bead, ashte avrige concept. But for us as a parent, for us as a teachers, it's a great development which is going to take place within themselves. Education by telling lot of stories, by telling a storytelling. So this is also a mode of education. This is also a method of teaching, the inducing or injecting some stories inside the children. That it might be a moral story, that might be many of the times we tell our children the moral stories, correct? And the achiever stories, the confident building stories, So these stories will make lot of differences for children. So stories is very, very important for children, okay. So there are teaching aids for stories or many things. By telling the story, you can also make your child go through one particular aim. For example, if you just always speak about doctor, the child will be more interested in doctor profession. For example, always you speak about some beautician. If a mother is a beautician, the child wants to become a beautician, correct? So story makes lot of importance, and moral stories. Sometimes if you tell them directly that don't do this, idanna maadabardu, so they will never understand, because for many things you have told them that don't do this, correct? You all agree with me? For many things we will be telling the children, don't do this. So for them it is a very common word, don't do this. But instead, one story in a day makes lot of difference. When you go to bed or in the school, if a teacher is telling some story, they will come and tell at home itself, ma'am, mama, my ma'am has told this story, we shouldn't do this, we should not spill the food, we should not throw the paper, we should not hurt anybody. So it makes lot of impact, and story is also a mode of education. Presenting idols is nothing but like whatever idol, you know like what is idols, correct? You know what is idols? If you want your child to become a, there should be a role model for all the children, idol. So Ganesha idol, maybe Sai Baba idol, maybe Vivekananda idol, maybe Abdul Kalam idol, or maybe like idol, making them to understand the role models in their life. It's very, very, very important. You have to show them a root cause, you have to show them the aim, and you have to tell about some idol worshipping. So we Hindus worship the idols, you can just tell about it actually. So somebody worships something, you can just tell about that idol. Whatever you want your children to be in the future, you can just introduce through this idols also. This is nothing but a role model. Idols in the sense don't go so spiritually. So andre enu ondu dhaivikavagi hoguvanta avashyakate illa. Idols is nothing but the role models also, about Vivekananda, about Abdul Kalam, about Mother Teresa. So whomsoever you want to see your children in future as, not exactly once you start doing this your children are going to become an achievers like Sachin Tendulkar. It's not like that. Few characters can be introduced to your children by presenting them as idols actually. So development of determined qualities. There are methods to learn. There are some methods. So how exactly the rhyme should be taught, how exactly the story should be taught, how exactly the 1, 2, 3 should be taught to the children, how exactly the alphabet should be taught to the children. There are some methods, you have to go accordingly. In our days, when we were studying in our school, correct? When we were studying in our school, ABCD was introduced like what? Henge introduce ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ABCD ನ ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲ. ABCD ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದಾರಲ್ವಾ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ? ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್? ಯಾವ ತರ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ? How did they teach the ABCD to us? ಫೋನಿಕ್ ಸೌಂಡ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರಾ ನಿಜವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಮುಂಚೆ? Very good. Okay. So some teachers used to show us directly the what do you say, chart. They used to show the chart. They used to show it in the book. They used to make us to write. Okay. So many are things that they were utilizing, but nowadays the methods have been changed a lot and we are implementing many methods. Instead of introducing an alphabet directly, they will allow. Okay. So how do you improve your children's writing skill? How do you improve your children's writing skill without helping anybody? You will not be helping them, but they have to improve their writing skill. We in our preschool, I will just tell you one method. Likewise, there are many methods. Okay, I will give you 2 examples now. One is like how exactly the alphabet is being taught. The second method is how exactly we are going to introduce the writing to them. Initially, we gave them a thick chalk pieces like this, or a thick crayon, Faber Castell crayon, what we call it as, and we give them a big newspaper, and we'll ask the children to scribble. The first 15 days or first 10 days, we allow them to scribble a lot. No restriction at all. So after a week or a 10 days or 15 days or according to the stages, so we will reduce the paper size. First the paper size will be this much, then we will reduce the paper size to this much. Again the newspaper will be given to them. Okay. Before the child was scratching like this whole, utilizing the whole paper, the child was doing it. Now how much ever is the paper there, that much only the child is scribbling. Next we will reduce to A4 size, a small paper size we will reduce to. Okay. Next we will say reduce to A5 size we will reduce to. This much size we will reduce to. We will reduce the paper size. That means the child will understand the concept. How much ever the paper is there, within that only I have to write. I shouldn't write outside it. We have to make them understand the limit. Then we have to make them to writing on a slate, or writing on this scribbling book, or tracing again and again, tracing it. Okay. So then we have to give them a big tracing, big circle, big C, then the slanting line of a whole page, and left slanting line of a whole page, then the standing line of a whole page, not a small page, not a small standing line. Then they have to reduce, and then they have to come for a 4 lines literally. Then they have to write a 3 line slanting line, that is red, blue, correct? That should not be touching the red line. This we have to introduce. Then we have to tell them that, okay, so left slanting line, left slanting line, a right slanting line and a baby sleeping line makes A. Correct? We have to show them like this. Next, standing line and a sleeping line and a baby sleeping line makes 4. Okay? So this is how we have to teach them. We have to make them to understand their limitation. We have to make them understand their space. We have to make them understand by grip. By this time, by doing all this process, they are going to develop a pencil grip actually. It is called as a pencil grip or a pen grip or whatever. They have to develop this grip. The fine motor should be developed by this time. But in many schools, many people will think, parents will think that what exactly they are going to teach in the preschool. There also ABCD, here also ABCD, LKG also ABCD. It's not like that. We have a procedures and stages and steps to be cleared. It makes lot of difference which school you are selecting, what is the method that they are teaching. So you just have to look into all those things. This is a writing pattern I taught you about. Now introducing alphabet A. Introducing alphabet A. A, B, C, D, E, F, G or whatever. Okay. So how exactly we are going to introduce? We are going to introduce through the chart. We are going to introduce through the writing. We are going to introduce in the book. We are going to introduce, make them to write on the slate. We are going to introduce by make them to writing on a sand. We are going to introduce to make them to write on their skin. We are going to introduce to make them to write in the air. And again what are we going to do? The A alphabet letter will be there under a glass bowl. The child have to touch the water and write A. So why we are making them to do learn the alphabets in all these methods? The only simple thing is the child will get bored very soon. Again A and again the same A should be written in the same books. It will be very boring for them. So today I wrote B in a sand. So tomorrow I am going to write C in the slate. Day after tomorrow D I am going to write it in the air and E I am going to write it in the water or on the skin or whatever. So as I told you, the children they will not know the costly things. They will not know the values. They will never understand the money value or whatever, the time value or whatever. But the thing is they want something new in their life. Okay, that is how the teaching teaching should go ahead with. So this is kind of a determined qualities and methods. Determined qualities. These are the methods what we have to use them to teach them better. So like I know ABCD, you also know ABCD. A for apple, B for ball, telling the same thing on a daily basis and sending back to home. It will not make much difference. The method is very important actually. And collection of good things. So make him let him know the value of things and let him also understand, let the child also understand the collection of things. And this is a collecting age actually. They like collection of things. For example, if it is a girl child, they like to collect lot of Barbie toys. For example, he is a boy child, he will be liking all the what do you say, like all the vehicles or like balls or basketball or cricket team or cricket bat or whatever. According to their taste, they will be selecting the things. This is a collection age also. We have to make them understand. We have to make them understand the value of things also. And for example, this for collection of good things, what I can tell you is, so in our days we never had this kind of a luxury. Namge istondella luxury irlilla. If you would have observed, we did not have a luxury like this. We used to collect the marbles, we used to collect the stones. By then we used to learn the counting, we used to collect some seeds, correct? And the economy was so very not so very rich, and so like our thinking was also not so very rich. Like collecting a Barbie dolls nowadays will not really, it's not possible to reach by everybody. So it is almost 1,000 rupees set. So at least 10 sets you should be having 10,000. So people are going behind this. Instead of them, make them to collect the color pencils, the color sketches. So if you are going to do this craft today, or if you are going to do this art today, or you are going to write this homework, I am going to give you one color pencil today. So today I am going to give you blue color, tomorrow I am going to give you red color, day after tomorrow I am going to give you green color. See, 100% when you are giving them, 100% when you are giving them all together, they will not know the value of things. They will never know the value of things. And one more interesting thing that I will tell you. So maybe you might also have the kids. like, or you might have your you will have the kids in future, or you might deal with the you might deal as a teacher in the school. So this is how you have to plan actually. So giving all the toys together to them, maniyallirodella toys nu ottige avaru itkondu bidtare aata adakke. So they will never know the value, they will break it, they will throw it, they will snatch it, or they will whatever it's possible they will be trying to do for that particular toy. Instead, whatever the toys you are buying, so already I have told you many other times, no need to buy the costly toys. A small balloon also very next day with a different color will make lot of difference for them. A small crayon or a small pencil or color pencil or any small things or a small flower, whatever, it makes lot of difference for them. It is up to you like how you are bringing up your children in a school or as a parent. Okay, so what exactly you people should be doing in the sense, you should give them a toy for them to play. Okay, today I am going to give you only this toy. After once you complete your homework, after once you complete your classwork, after once you are doing all your works, then if you want another toy, you have to keep it back, this toy in the wardrobe, then I am going to give you one more toy. Play with one thing at one time. Not all, see, when it is reachable everywhere, see, when you go for a function also, dear students and colleagues and whatever, the parents, when you go to function also for a buffet system, if everything is been spread over, you will be in a lot of confusion what to eat and what not to eat. But what exactly or we are going to do, normal general tendency of a human being is, we just take everything, ellanu tagoltivi, taste martivi, if it is not interesting then we throw it away. Is this good that throwing a food is good? Is it good? Not at all, but we do it. You agree? We will do it, correct? We all will do this, correct? You agree? Yes. So instead you just see, there is a difference between buffet and there is difference between a betel leaves food. When the food is been coming and serving to you, then you will decide whether I want it or not. It will be too much or not, correct? You will get to know. 100%, this system is very good. We as an Indian, whatever the system we are following in India, it is a precious and everything has value. Unnecessarily we are stepping into this Western world actually. Okay, so you will get to know the value. You will get to know the value. You will also understand like what to take and what not to take. Correct? And you will also understand, if you tell no for one particular thing, again the person is not going to come and serve again and again. So you will decide, you will think by the time he comes whether you are interested with this or not, I want it or not. Correct? Or also there is a saying in Kannada that baale ele mele yavade karanakku ootana navu bidbaardu, ಒಂದು ಅಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಬಿಡಬಾರ್ದು, we should finish it off. This is disrespect towards ಅನ್ನಪೂರ್ಣೇಶ್ವರಿ ಅಂತ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಅದು ಡಿಸ್ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟ್ ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು ಎಲೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಊಟ ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಅಂತ. ವೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಪ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಪ್ಲೇಟ್, 100% ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಥ್ರೋ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲೆನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಲಕ್ಷ್ಮಿನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅನ್ನಪೂರ್ಣೇಶ್ವರಿನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕಾದರೆ ಬಿಸಾಕ್ಬೋದು ಫುಡ್ ಅಂತ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್. ಅದು ನಮ್ಮ ತಲೆಗೆ ಬರೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. Likewise, the toys also. So whenever you are giving lot of values to the children, one at a time, and whenever they are asking for one particular thing, they should be asking minimum 15 times, and you should also give them lot of restrictions. See, I have bought you this particular toy today, or this particular food today, or this particular chocolate, even a small color pencil. You should have that in your mind. You should calculate that in your mind and tell, and you should keep that in your mind and tell, yesterday itself I have bought this. Did you play with this? Did you utilize it? Did you know completely to play this? So what exactly is it? How much time did you spend on it? So I don't have within my budget. So next budget you have to wait for. So in the next budget you can allow them to also think about it. See, if I am going to buy this now, my budget is around 200 rupees. But if you are going for 500 rupees, for another 2-3 months you are not going to get the books, you are not going to get the chocolate, you are not going to get whatever they are liking. Daily the kids will have one or the other demands, if you all agree with me. So when you just start budgeting, when you just start making them to know the values, 100% good things will be collected within their mind, and also in your house, and also a collection of good things makes lot of differences. So did I make sense, dear students? Okay, so knowledge of reality, this is the major problem which all our children are facing nowadays, especially the people who are born in the urban areas like metropolitan cities like us here. So knowledge of reality. Everybody, all our children are into this fairy tale stories, correct? Ninja Hatari, correct? Chota Bheem and some Elisa, what is that, what do you call it? The Frozen movies and some Free Fire, many things are there here. Okay, still our children are in a concept that maybe 5 years or 6 years, they should have come out from their dream world. They should never dream the things. They will get to know the reality of their life. Okay, all these fairy tale stories, so have you heard about this, what is this, Doraemon, Ninja Hatari and many things. I am just telling the oldest version, I believe. You people will be knowing the better version. So there the magic is going to happen in everybody's life. They will have a gadget in front of them and they will start playing with it. Once they get that gadget, everything will be there. Whatever they want, they can get it. Correct, dear students? All our children are there in this dreaming world in the sense this is not a real world. So what they will think, once I get that gadget, my life is done. So many of the children who are coming to our school also, they will be asking their parents, I want that Ninja Hatari gadget, I want that I want to become a Chota Bheem, give me laddu. If I eat laddu, I am going to become a Chota Bheem and I am going to, whatever, destroy everybody and anybody. From laddu, is that possible in a real life? Is that possible? No. So all this like whatever the fairy tale story should be seen only by 2 years or 3 years or whatever. After that, they have to get into the real world, or else they will go for a depression, or else they will never understand the real world, or else they will be like, so one of my niece was telling that I want a wand which is been used by Elisa or whatever. Elisa, one more girl is there in what do you say that, Frozen movies or many other movies are there. I want a wand. By that wand, so mama can also not beat me. Some child was asking, is that fair enough? So is that going to happen in somebody else's life? This kind of imaginations only is there in an urban area, people like us in the cities. But if you go to village side, rural areas, 100% they know the gauging, they know the real world, correct? They know what exactly is going to happen because they do their things on their self, they are independent, okay, they are not dependent by 3 years and 4 years children. They will never, the parents are going to make them feed in the villages side. If you observe properly, by 4 years, no mama is going to feed them, they have to eat on their own, correct? But here in Bangalore, correct? So till he gets his wife, when he is getting married also, the mother want to feed them. I have observed many times when he is going to office, when they are going to college in hurry, the mother is going to feed them. See, once or twice with the love and affection I agree. Once or twice with the love and affection, the motherhood, to enjoy that motherhood, I agree, you can feed your child once or twice in a rare cases, maybe in a festival season or whatever. But daily if you are making it an habit, running around, advertisements is also been shown related to it, the child running around and mother also running around behind them. Because why? Bangalore mothers doesn't have any other better work apart from feeding their children. But if you go to villages, they have their own responsibilities, they have their own livelihood to earn on themselves. They cannot concentrate on all these things, they have to concentrate on their livelihood. Avaru jeevanad mele concentrate madbekagutte. Illi jeevanad mele concentrate madodilla, illi jeevad mele concentrate ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ 24/7, correct? It is something like that. So you have to make your children to understand the reality, not always they should be in this fantasy world. So moral education, already I have spoke to you about the moral education. So telling them the morale, about the morality, about the good and bad, about the true and false and many other things through the stories for them, educating them through the stories, and you as a role model, you as a parents and you as a teacher, a role model. So in the orientation session also I have told you many times. So especially the girls, when they come back to home from the schools, in the preschools, they start acting like their teacher. For example, her teacher will always look into her hair, then the child will also touch the hair. The teacher wants to watch something like this, the teacher will be doing like this, yes children, even the child will go back to home and tell, yes children, you all have to sit. So they try to imitate you as a lot, and they look you people as a role model. So please give them the moral education, teach them about a morality, teach them about a good and bad, not exactly always through the wordings what I speak to you. See, whatever I am speaking to you, I hope you are able to understand. I don't need to give you any like live practical actions and emotions. I don't have to really give you. If I tell an incident, you can understand, but for children it is not like that. Never you can tell them an incident, they will never understand. That should be through the stories, or that should be through the action, or that should be with the causes. You can make them to understand the morality. Development of a social feeling. So I have spoke to you many times about a social feeling, mingling, going out, speaking, maintaining a gap and maintaining a distance, and how exactly to behave. So when are we going to learn all these things? When are we going to learn all these things? Until unless you don't go to a 5-star hotel, you will never understand the 5-star culture, correct? Until unless you never go to a local hotel, you will never understand the local hotel culture, correct? Once we start going out, so I am not asking you to go out with your husbands for an hotel. Ma'am has told me today in a Dasara, so we have to go for a 5-star hotel or a local hotel to understand the social life. It's not like that. I am giving you an example. Okay, how much ever you people are going out in the sense what? Mingling, talking, and mingling with the people around. So once you go out, when you just go out of your house, that is called a social life, not only for the functions or not only for the mall, maybe for a playground, maybe for a park, maybe for some competitions, maybe for some dance classes, maybe for some music classes, whatever it is, for utilizing those time, the social life, development of a social feeling is very, very important. Don't be always be secure, don't be always safe, don't be always be safe and secure. Please go out, explore the places. Don't go to US or don't go to Dubai or don't go to some other countries where other people are going. Just explore the India, explore Bangalore, explore within your vicinity, explore the parks, okay, explore the nature, okay. Then you just start doing this, your social life development is going to takes place. And satisfying of curiosity. So satisfying of curiosity in the sense what, as already I have told you, you have to satisfy the curiosity of the children. Curiosity, if the children are not curious, they are not confident enough. The children should be curious and creative. So once whatever the questions they are asking, once whatever the curious they are, it is your responsibility to answer, you as a parent or as a teacher. Don't stop their curiosity, correct? If at all, if you don't have a right answer in front of everybody, maybe in the classroom you as a teacher, if some child is asking you an embarrassing question where it is irrelevant, where it is a silly, you might feel it is a very silly, for that child it might be a very big, huge, difficult question for him. So don't embarrass or don't stop their curiosity. So if you are not able to answer right away, take some time and speak to that person individually, then try to answer them, okay. So satisfying curiosity is very, very, very important. So if you don't satisfy their curiosity, it is going to become a big mistake and they will wrong assume the things. Wrong assume andre enu tappu ತಿಳಿವಳಿಕೆ ಅವರಲ್ಲಿ ಶುರು ಆಗ್ತದೆ. They will have a wrong assumption and they will never be curious and creative. They will stop thinking. ಅವರ ಯೋಚನೆಗಳು ಸ್ಟಾಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So ಯಾಕೆ why this is different, why this is round and why this is square, they will stop thinking. Mummy knows everything, when she wants she is going to tell me, I don't have to worry about it. So that cannot happen throughout their life. They should be curious, they should learn on their own. If something they are curious and coming back to you people, you please clear those curiosities and allow them to be creative, okay. Don't ever stop. But you are not able to answer, you are not able to do that right away, take some time, get back to them and do it. If you are taking some time and you are not getting back to them, it means that you are a big liar, you are a big cheater. You are never going to tell them anything, you are just going to take a time. It's a time pass what they will be thinking. Mama or teacher will always be telling that I will tell you later, but the later stage will never come. That shouldn't also be there. So please take care. So these are all the very, very important points for a children's education. So these all should be included.